Welcome back. Your Orlando Magic take down the New York Knicks 108-117. Officially, finally getting that first win in the brand new Kia Center. Obviously, I don't think I mentioned it yet, but the Amway Center has changed their name to Kia Center. So, and we went 0-2, and now we get our first win. A huge win versus the New York Knicks. Obviously, an East Conference rival. They are right below us in the standings. I'm pretty sure if they would have won today, they would have overtaken us. So, just huge win all around. It could go deeper than just another win to the record. It can go, this can affect a lot of things come playoff time. And yeah, obviously, if you've been to one of these games, especially in Orlando, you know what the deal is. There are tons and tons of Knicks fans here. It felt pretty 50. I'm going to say 60-40. I'm going to say 60% Magic, 40% Knicks. It was a little disappointing at the end of the game when Jalen Suggs went to the free throw line and it was just raining boos on him. I think he even mentioned it. I mean, I guess we aren't really supposed to be loud during free throws, so there wasn't much we can do as fans. But yeah, that was just, he did miss both, but at least for the most part for this game, they were pretty tame because, the lead was all the way up to 19, I believe, at one point. And thankfully, we fortunately do come away with a victory. Going into this game tonight, it was not looking great for us. After dropping a terrible loss to the Sixers, we don't even have to talk about that. Missing a lot of players in that game, we come into this game missing pretty much the same exact cast. And right before tip-off, we hear a +1 that Wendell Carter Jr. will also miss tonight's game with knee tendonitis, the same thing that Markelle Fultz has been dealing with this season. So I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully it's not the same case as Markelle, but he did miss tonight's game, which sent Goga back into the starting lineup. Obviously, I am a huge advocate to start Goga from what we've seen from him, especially tonight. It just pushes it even more. When Goga's on the floor, the energy is just absolutely locked in defensively. He really fights offensively for the rebounds. He is a great finisher around the rim. And tonight, I would say he played one of the biggest roles in this win. I mean, he really got in the head of the Knicks. Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, especially. If you saw the clip, when he blocked Jalen Brunson, kind of had some words for him. A couple plays later, he dunks the ball, and he shoulder checks him. He does get a technical, but you know what? Forget the technical. It brought all the energy in. And according to Knicks Twitter, I think Goga might be public enemy #1 right now for them. So it's always great to create some storylines and rivalries, I guess. So we're here for it. One gripe with this game is that we see this a couple of times this season now is we really like to make these games that probably should end up in a 10+ lead victory. I know today's did, but it really should be a more comfortable win, and we kind of like to play around with it a little bit and bring them right back in at the end. Now, for the most part, we've pulled it out. We've obviously had some ones that we dropped. The Hawks are the first one to come to mind. But today, like the Indiana Pacers game, we did come away with the win. I just personally wish that they would try to contain that a little bit more, because it could eventually and will eventually come back and bite you. Jumping into the box score, we had some very big ones today. First off, we'll start off with Anthony Black. 29 minutes tonight, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. He continues to be elite defensively. He did a great job on Jalen Brunson today. I mean, absolutely spectacular. Jalen Brunson was pretty much off most of the night. Him and Jalen Suggs contained him great. Julius did feast a little bit, but the guards were really able to hold it down on that end of floor. I mean, quickly, Brunson, Grimes, none of them really were able to get it going, especially Dante DiVincenzo tonight, who only scored 2 points. I believe he was 1-7 from the field, 0-5 from 3. We were really just doing a great job on closing out on 3-point shooters, which is a big issue that we have. And then his sidekick defensively tonight, Jalen Suggs, 21 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block added to it. Just hitting shots, hit big time shots. After missing 2 free throws, he comes down and hits a mid-range to, pretty much ice the game at this point, putting us up 7 with 35 seconds left in the game. And then Goga, welcome back to the starting lineup. 30 minutes tonight for Goga, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks, led the team in plus-minus at 16. And all around for the most part tonight, did a great job just holding the paint down. Obviously, Julius was able to get it going, but for the most part, even his matchup on Isaiah Hartenstein, he dominated him tonight. Taj Gibson as well. And then we have the Kia boys, I guess. That's what we're calling him now. Paolo tonight, 35 minutes, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Just very solid all around. Really, him and Franz put this team on their back tonight and said, you know what, we're going to go out and get a win. We're shorthanded. We haven't, broken a win in the new arena yet. And they knew that this could be a game that could eventually come back and bite them. So they did what they had to do. They did their things today. Franz tonight, 39 minutes, 32 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, along with 4 steals and a block, and finally seemed to show flashes that he's breaking out of this very long 3-point slump. 3 of 5 for the night tonight. They still didn't look like they had as much arc as usual. Maybe my view was just bad, but you know what? They went in tonight, and that is at this point, the most we can ask for from Franz. And then once again, just amazing efficiency. One thing that Franz has contained throughout this little 3-point slump is he still, that efficiency is still there at, at his level. Obviously, the 3-point needs to come up, but like the fact that even with it being so low, like everything else is still keeping him up above, that region. Hopefully what we saw tonight was the first step of breaking out of this. It is going to get a lot more scarier and in perfect timing because, All-Star voting has opened. It's been open for about a week now. So if you haven't, by the way, get your votes in, please. Vote our 2 guys in. But while already having a pretty decent season, while, leading a team at the top of the conference, if he can now take a next step in the season and, get that 3-point back and just become even more of a threat and these points continue to go up, this could be a great time to start, making a real case for an All-Star game. Then looking down at the bench, only 4-man bench tonight. Obviously, we were very shy. There was 2 DMPs. One that was Wendell Carter because he was a late game scratch. And the other was Trevelyan Queen, which we obviously did not see. So we had to run a bench unit tonight of Caleb Houston, Cole Anthony, Mo Wagner, and Chuma Okeke. Caleb Houston tonight, not the greatest performance. 20 minutes, did not score, went 0 of 5 from 3. Had some really good looks, so very unfortunate that none of them were able to drop. I think if this was a loss and we just got completely outshot tonight, this would be a very different conversation happening right now, but I'll lay low for now because we did eventually take home with a win. But I've mentioned before, I think in the Boston Celtics video that I posted 2-3 videos ago, none of that changes. None of that, wins do not change. That what I said there still stands. I still think this team needs shooting, and I still think most importantly they need availability. I think there are candidates out there, but, we're not even going to focus on trades right now. Next up, we have Mo Wagner, who did play 17 minutes. I didn't really even notice that. Like, he had a sneaky good game, 7 points, 11 rebounds, so nearly a double-double in only 17 minutes. We're not going to talk about efficiency from him. I didn't even know he realized he took 3 threes tonight. Didn't hit any, but that seems to be the case for most of this team right now, so I don't know. And then Cole Anthony with the biggest surprise of the day, and it had nothing to do with on the court. All of a sudden, we just, we see him in an interview today, and he had a hood on, and he's like, someone said, "Did you cut your hair?" And he goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." He comes out and warms up with a hood on, and you're like, okay, what happened to Cole Anthony's hair? And finally he comes out, the pregame shoot around, and he cut off all the hair. I don't know. Mo Bamba apparently said he lost a bet. Cole Anthony later said that was not true. So I don't know, but Cole Anthony is a new man out there. He really was confusing me tonight with Jalen Suggs. They looked the exact same on the court, especially from where I was sitting at. They both had the headband. The hair's obviously the exact same now. Short-haired Cole's first game versus his hometown team, the Knicks. 23 minutes, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Another one who could not get the 3-ball to drop. I don't want to point anything out, but if you look at our bench was 0 for 15 from 3. So obviously not what we want to see. Obviously that doesn't tell the whole story. 2 of our best 3-point shooters were inactive today, but I do not think that's an excuse for a bench to shoot 0 of 15 from 3. Now, luckily the Knicks did not do any much better. They were 6 of 30 on the night tonight. We were 7 of 33. So a complete mid-off from the 3-point. I don't even know if you would call it a mid-off. I mean, 6 of 30 and 7 of 33. It is not great. I think that's 19 and 20%, I believe. But a win is a win. And with that, we do move on to our next game this Sunday versus the Phoenix Suns. We go back on the road and we have a tough little Western road trip. I believe it's the Suns and the Warriors, then the Nuggets, I believe, before we eventually do come back home and play the Hawks next Sunday. But looking ahead, we have the Suns. They have the full big three, I believe, is healthy again. I don't know what happened tonight, but from what I heard, all 3 of them played. So that's going to be another test because that is a team with a lot of offensive punches. We obviously play some great offenses, but this is different. This is Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. But then again, the Suns are struggling in their own way, and we obviously don't know who's going to be available for that game. So hopefully we can go in much more healthy than tonight and just just give them a good fight and hopefully take home another win. We are still in this very tough patch of the season, so any wins we can get are great. That is a big reason why that last game versus the Sixers was such a terrible loss. But thankfully, they do make up for it today in a game that I was, once again, very nervous going into. But yeah, good things did come out today. So that is all for me, guys, today. If you guys did enjoy the video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. The consistency will start to pick up back soon, I promise. Like, just a very busy time for me right now. We will be back fully in the grind soon. Right now I could just push out, unfinished products and videos thing, but I just want to make sure everything I put in my full effort to. I don't want to half-ass anything. But on that note, I will catch you guys on the next one. And with that, I'm out. Peace.